kicker. That's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started.
And we are underway from the Superdome.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now a play fake here on first down.
There's Chris Olave.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Gomez. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down.
And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2.
And he's all the way across the 50 before he's finally pushed out of bounds.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. They go play fake. Mahomes.
He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints 16. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
They'll try for the 1st with Pacheco.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Rashee Rice.
His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Nicholas, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
This unit, 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
I remember years ago spending time with a top defensive coordinator, and he said the number one thing you have to do is hang your hat on something. Create your identity. This unit, they hang their hat on being stingy against the run.
That is caught and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. On 1st down, Mahomes.
That one caught by Rice.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. He's to the 15.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Danny Gray.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays.
And the drive culminated with the Danny Gray touchdown. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
On third down, Nicholas. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
On first down, Nicholas. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Off play action. Gomez.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Back to throw again.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Here's Pacheco once again. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The Chiefs had 14-2 heading into this final week, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl front runners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Danny Gray.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chiefs take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now 21-0. That time a 6-play drive.
And the drive culminated with the Danny Gray touchdown. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Throwing is Gomez to throw on 2nd down.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's taken on the 25. A great return there of 22 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out.
He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Mahomes now on 1st down.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Flush to his right. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
Mahomes' throw caught by Gray. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. It's the fullback.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Here's Gomez throwing to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground.
And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down.
Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Oh, good-looking return set up here.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And one thing we do know, they will be a part of the playoffs come January. They have clinched the AFC West.
And that feels good for them, but they feel like their work is far from done, because as it stands right now, they won't have the first round bye. But a lot of teams will tell you, that's okay with us. We just want to get to the playoffs and wreak havoc from that point on.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown!
Danny Gray.
42 yards.
And the Chiefs open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes this 35-0 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And the drive culminated with the Danny Gray touchdown. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Gomez. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Taken from just outside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
So the record safely in his pocket. Now it's a question of how high can he go. He's just become the first ever, Charles, to score 30 times in a single season.
Well, let's certainly savor this moment. The first time ever, as you just noted, that someone has hit 30. What a ride this has been.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it is 42-0.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And the Chiefs' D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
This is fielded at the 27. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and out will come the offense as they take over.
The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 111 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Nicholas, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. Mahomes now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes.
Able to find Gray here.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Danny Gray
with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list.
And the Chiefs get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Gomez now on 1st and 10. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Isaiah Likely.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Saints are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
187 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A handoff now for Pacheco.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
Now a run with Pacheco.
And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They try with Pacheco.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
Pacheco. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Here's Pacheco.
And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
They'll try and run with Pacheco.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Likely hauls in the quick slant.
And nothing to speak of there after the catch as they get him right to the ground at the 37. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Nicholas.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Complete to Likely on the out route.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Gomez on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Parks. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Looking to throw. Gomez. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Chiefs, it's one more win to finish the season as they wrap up with a sterling 15-2 record.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a